Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts. We're just gonna go right into it. It's been a while since we've done My Thoughts, just with everything going on with the channel. But like I said, there's a lot of topics I want to talk about and really get into with My Thoughts. So expect that to really make a full comeback, and just expect a lot more My Thoughts episodes to come out. Because like I said, I do have a lot I want to talk about, and there's just a lot. And one of the things being is TikTok might be getting banned. Now I'm sure everybody heard about it, and everybody's just crazy about it and all. I've been watching the news. I've been watching other YouTubers talk about TikTok potentially getting banned, at least in the United States. And I, in no way, am not becoming a news channel. I'm not, all the news channels are reporting on it and everything. It's nothing to do with that. It's just I use TikTok, and I figured why not do my thoughts on it because it's interesting. And I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on it. I know a lot of political things surrounding about it, but it's not. I know a lot of people get into arguing it's about politics or whatever. I'm not here to call this a political stir. Whatever you believe, it's whatever you believe. I don't know. I'm just here to give my honest opinion on it and kind of what I think about it. And yeah, I'm getting this from PBS.org. It says a verified news source. The federal government, along with many state and foreign governments and some companies, has banned TikTok from work-provided phones. This type of ban can be effective for protecting data related to government work. And of course, the TikTok CEO did go before Congress. I think it was like maybe a week or so ago. But a full ban of the app is another matter, which raises a number of questions. What data privacy risks does TikTok pose? What could the Chinese government do with the data collected by the app? Is its content recommendation algorithm dangerous? And is it even possible to ban an app? Well, we're going to be talking about that. As a cybersecurity researcher, I've noted that many few years a new mobile app that becomes popular raises issues of security, privacy, and data access. That's the person talking about, on the article. Apps collected data for several reasons. Sometimes the data is used to improve the app for users. However, most apps collect data that companies use in part to fund their operations. This revenue typically comes from targeting users with ads based on the data they collect. The questions this use of data raises are, does the app need all this data? What does it do with the data, and how does it protect the data from others? So what makes TikTok different from the likes of Pokemon Go, Facebook, or even your phone itself? TikTok's privacy policy, which few people read, is a good place to start overall. The company is not particularly transparent about its practices. The document is too long to list here all the data it collects, which should be a warning. There are a few items of interest in TikTok's privacy policy besides the new information you give up to them when you create an account. Name, age, username, password, language, email, phone number, social media account information, and profile image that are concerning. This information includes location data, data from your clipboard, contact information, website tracking, plus all the data you post and messages you send it through the app. The company claims that current versions of the US do not collect GPS information from the US users. There has been speculation that TikTok is collecting other information, but it is hard to prove. Now, why is this a big deal? Because the government is pretty much particularly concerned that TikTok is gathering all that data that I just listed, and China basically sees it. With China, we don't want our data to China. China is very communist propaganda country. It's really not a good country to have the U.S., particularly the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, particularly them seeing it is what the government's concerned about because obviously, like I said, very communist propaganda. And we just don't want our U.S. data, our U.S. citizens' data, for the CCP to potentially see them. Now, personally, I think all the other apps, there's so many apps around the world and in the internet that collect, and in the U.S. that collect billions and billions of data from all its U.S. citizens, and most of that data, we don't know where it goes. Is that data going to China as well, besides TikTok? There's been so much unproven and unknown about where Google puts your data at, where YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff ran by U.S. companies. Who knows? I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I'm just trying to put it out there. It's simple knowledge. Obviously, Google and all the other big companies in the U.S. aren't fully telling us where your data is being put. Yeah, they say it's used for to improve the app and ads and, target you based on your ads. But there's probably a lot more that they're probably doing with that data that isn't proven or that isn't known about a lot of people. There's probably a lot more that they're doing with that data than they let on. So I'm just trying to say, I don't think TikTok is its biggest concern. I think there's plenty of other companies that collect your data and we don't know what they do with that data. Um, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I think it's just pretty much common knowledge of, you know, you don't know what's done with that data. Now, obviously, TikTok is ran by a Chinese company. I think it's called ByteDance, which obviously it has its U.S. operatives in D.C. I know the CEO of TikTok mentioned that. I know I just kind of went on a rant, but that's it's pretty much what I think. I mean, seriously, but yes, TikTok is run by a Chinese company for the most part, and government's obviously concerned about what's gonna where's that data going. But I agree with it, but I think that I don't know if they could 100% ban an app. I'm not sure, but we're gonna get reading into the we're gonna read more of this article. Data in the Chinese government's hands. If the data does end up in the hands of the Chinese government, the question is how could it use the data to its benefit? The government could share it with other companies in China to help them profit, which is no different than U.S. companies sharing marketing data. The Chinese government is known for playing the long game, and data is power. So if it is collecting data, it could take years to learn how it benefits China. One potential threat is the Chinese government using the data to spy on people, particularly the people who have access to valuable information. The Justice Department is investigating TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, for using the app to monitor its U.S. journalists. The Chinese government has an extensive history of hacking U.S. government agencies and corporations, and much of that hacking has been facilitated by social engineering, the practice of using data about people to trick them into revealing more information. And the second issue that the U.S. government has raised is algorithm bias or algorithm manipulation. TikTok and most social media apps have algorithms designed to learn a user's interest and try to adjust them to the content so the user will continue to use the app. TikTok has not shared its algorithm, so it's not clear how the app chooses to use the user's content. The algorithm could be biased in a way that influences the population and believes certain things. There are numerous allegations that TikTok's algorithm is biased and can reinforce negative thoughts amongst younger users and be used to affect public opinion. It could be that their algorithm's manipulative behavior is unintentional, but there is concern that the Chinese government has been using it or could use the algorithm to influence people. And that's the thing. It could be using it to influence people in a negative way, influence elections, and spread bad propaganda about the government, or, swing this way or swing the other way in terms of, political bias. If you guys didn't know, I do pay attention to politics. I'm not really going to go into a full political rant here about everything, but I do follow politics. I do follow stuff that's going on in the world, and I do pay very much attention to the U.S. government as I do live in the United States. I do pay very much attention to it and kind of what's going on because I think it's pretty important to obviously follow what's going on. So, yes, I don't think TikTok is as big as a threat as they're saying it is. It could be, but like I said, we don't know what the data is being done with all the other U.S. companies that collect data. We don't know what's happening with that data. So why is it so different with TikTok? You know what I mean? And I know a lot of other people are kind of saying the same thing I am. And a lot of people are mad. I mean, obviously on TikTok, that use TikTok. Some people make TikTok as a living or as like a side hustle because I know people do make money from TikTok. And, I don't think it's a lot of money, but they do. Some people, I wouldn't say that it's enough to make a living, but people do use TikTok a lot. I use TikTok, and personally, if TikTok gets banned, I'm not going to be too sad. If I picked up my phone right now and I didn't have TikTok on it, it wouldn't affect my life. Yes, I use it. Yes, I get a lot of my memes that I post from Instagram on it, off of it, But if I picked up my phone and didn't see TikTok or I couldn't use TikTok, it really wouldn't make much of a difference. I create here on YouTube. It has no effect on my channel whatsoever or any of me, just personally. If I weren't able to use TikTok, okay, right? And I know a lot of people are kind of, again, saying the same thing I've seen, and it's really not going to be that big of a deal. Now, there's a lot of more political stuff that goes into it, obviously, and, Congress. If Congress signs to ban TikTok, because the Biden administration, the president's administration, is 100% backing forth this bill. So if Congress signs it away, TikTok can be banned in the U.S. from all devices and everything. I know it's already banned off government-used devices, but everybody else's devices in the U.S. And I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work if it is officially banned. I think we just have to wait and see how things play out. And I think guess time will see. And I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. Is TikTok just going to be forced off the App Store on all phones' app stores? Or is it just going to be deleted off your phone? I don't know. but and another thing, I feel like if China was going to collect data, I feel like they've already had years to do it because TikTok's been around for like what, 5 years, 6 years maybe, I don't know, around that time. But if China was going to collect data, they've probably already collected billions and billions of info and data from U.S. citizens, and probably other countries' citizens too. Because I mean, obviously TikTok is worldwide, so I know a few other countries probably might have collected data from them too, and it had so much time and so much, pretty much, to do whatever they wanted because TikTok, the whole TikTok getting banned really only started, government really started to pay attention to it and try to get it banned the past year, 2 years maybe, and that's when they really started to pay attention to it. So I guess we'll see what happens, but that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Um, you know, just kind of giving you guys info and also just talking to you guys about it. And personally, it's just, like I said, my final thoughts being on it. If TikTok gets banned tomorrow, for example, I won't really care. Yeah, it'll kind of suck because I always just, sometimes I'll hop on TikTok, watch a few things, but it's really not going to make that much of a difference to me. So that's kind of it. So what do you guys think on TikTok potentially getting banned? Let me know in the comments. Let's discuss. That's pretty much it. Make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, all that good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram, links in the description. I know I kind of went on a rant in this video and ran about a bunch of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's all about. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.